Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham Network. Now, the future of a certain man that West Ham have been chasing for such a long time is up in the air, and that is Chelsea's Armando Broja, who is subject to interest again from West Ham. Now, that is according to several reports coming from the world of football. Now, he is 22 years old, and he is added to a long line of talented youngsters that have come out of the Chelsea's highly rated academy, but also a long line of players that have been regularly linked to West Ham. Now, the link has come on the back of a link that Chelsea are keen to bring a player in, and they have to fund the move by shipping some of the players out. Now, unfortunately for Broja, he suffered a horrific injury back in the summer and has only played 5 games across all competitions this season. But it was quite pleasing for neutral fans to see him come off the bench, and he did make a positive impact at the weekend's 4-all Premier League drama draw against Manchester City. In actual fact, he won a penalty for Chelsea when he came on the field. He looked vibrant, he looked alive, he looked really physically ready and adapted well to the game from the time that he did play. And when you see a player that West Ham have been consistently linked to and you watch them play, you take a keen interest in what they're potentially capable of doing and think, I wonder if West Ham will eventually go back in again for this player. Now, reports are saying that Chelsea need to sell some players to help fund the deal to bring in Napoli's Victor Osimhen. Now, a fantastic player, but it's explained that maybe Broja could be one of those players that could be at risk of being sold because his opportunity to get some game time at Chelsea is going to be diminished dramatically, especially if they go into the market and bring another striker in. Now, what we are led to believe is we've always known that West Ham have had a keen interest in Armando Broja, 22 years old forward, and there's interest not just from West Ham, but several other teams in England and around Europe too. But I think a lot of Chelsea fans and Chelsea themselves still have some belief that Broja can grow into a fantastic player for the future. And injuries, yes, albeit, have held him back over the last year. And in fairness, though, Napoli's talisman is regarded as some of the, if not one of the best forwards in world football just now. And it looks like they may go all out in January to bring him in if they believe a deal is available. And I think they do realise a deal could be available because Chelsea have the money, but they have the players they need to spell to send out the door in the other way. Now, the fear is from Chelsea fans and from the Chelsea situation is that he could go on and achieve big things at another club because they genuinely believe in his talent. It's a little bit like the Conor Gallagher situation. West Ham were linked to Conor Gallagher. He started off the season a bit, bang average, but he's probably questionably Chelsea's best player, one of their best players this season, consistently smashing in tackles, regaining back possession, playing the ball forward, a player that I personally was slagged off for wanting West Ham to go for, and I kind of sometimes wish we did. I do sometimes feel like we missed that kind of, again, Premier League bite in the middle of the park. And listen, Broja has been described by many a manager as a very talented young player, and we do know that David Moyes and potentially Tim Steidten have got a keen interest, especially he meets the criteria of the age international player, plays for his home country of Albania. Now, he has pace and power, and he has that in an abundance, which defenders hate. He would be could be a natural successor to the Antonio situation, but better because he works the flanks. He gets there. His fitness levels are through the roof as well. Now, when it comes to Armando Broja, we've been linked to him so many times. For me, I don't even really necessarily think the fact that he picked up the injury is the risk. The issue could be is how much Chelsea would want for the player and how much West Ham would be willing to pay. No loan deal would be available. Chelsea will not be interested in a loan deal. They've done that, been there, done that, wore the t-shirt. If anything's going to be done, they'll be looking at a permanent deal because they want to bring that player in from Napoli as much as they can. So we're linked to the geezer. Is this deal back on? Like we always say, who knows when it comes to these links coming out of the club because it's relentless as a West Ham fan. But what I do know is, from a personal point of view, this is a player I would really like to see. As long as he passes the fitness test, as long as he's fit and he's ready to rock and roll, you can never predict what's going to happen with an injury to a player if they do come to any club. But I think if he gets over that, he looks lively, he looks vibrant, he works the flanks, he gets forward, he works from a deep role, he would commit to that midfield, he would connect that midfield to the forward line. He likes to get forward, he likes to score goals, he likes to go one-on-ones. He's very talented at putting the ball into the back of the net. He's got a long history of scoring goals at the loan clubs he's been to, as well as the youth levels throughout Chelsea. I think he's one for the future. I think he's got a bright future, whether that be at West Ham or another club, who knows. But for me, I would go and get this geezer. Again, funds are depending, but we'll see what happens. So there's a short one for you. Join Russ and Holly tomorrow for some of the West Ham content. Take it easy. And of course, come on, you Irons.